Welcome to Sitting with Shay J. In honor of Women's History Month, we're spotlighting women who are making history, breaking barriers, and paving the way for future generations. Today, I'm highlighting an industry where women, especially women of color, remain a vast minority. But right now, I have the majority. So a woman whose journey is full of resilience, innovation, and leadership. She is truly changing the game. Welcome, my one and only good friend, Amanda Gordon.
Yay! Woo,
you're not my only good friend, but you're,
right.
yeah. You know.
I would hope not.
No,
because
me
you're
too.
Shay J.
Okay, I would hope so too. I'm so excited to have you here, Amanda. You are truly building a legacy, and I love to see the legacy being built in our hometown. Can you tell me what was the beginning of this first step for you? What allowed you to really say, I'm going to do this?
So first I have to give you your flowers.
Oh.
You and I go way back, and to see you on this stage and to be on your show, it brought tears to my eyes when I pulled into the parking lot. So congratulations to you, Shay J, this Women's Month. Just being here with you as your friend is amazing.
Thank you so much. See, women giving each other flowers, that's what it's about.
Yes.
Happy Women's History Month.
But truly, it's an honor to be here. So what made me start my journey? I started selling cars 23 years ago, 2002, January. So this year's, I'm in my 23rd year of selling cars. And somewhere along the line, I just had the idea that if these guys can do this, I can too.
Yes, yes.
And a $10,000 loan from my GG turned into a $50 million business.
Wow.
And 7 years of doing this. I've got a staff of 12 employees who kick butt. Shout out to my team, they're phenomenal. And I couldn't do it without them. That's actually our grand opening, that photo that just popped up. And community.
Yeah.
My community showed up and showed out. Shout out to Sandra Young, who took me to every community event you can think of. Kamal Martinez, AKA K-Tone. I think my first 6 cars were sold to his cousins.
Whoa.
he brought, no, we got to go to GOJO. We got to go to GOJO.
Yeah.
And my community showed up. And then from that, we are building something that has just become a phenomenon across the country. And I'm thankful every day that I get to do what I love, because I do love to work with people. I love to teach, I love to coach, I love to educate. And I really love to show people that car buying doesn't have to suck. It can be fun, it can be exciting, because it's supposed to be. It's a car. It's the second biggest purchase you'll make in your life.
That's
and
true.
We spend a lot of time in our cars. We should
do.
enjoy buying them. So just breaking some of those barriers and those misunderstandings, if you will, and making the process fun.
I love that, because I remember that was daunting for me. My first car buying experience, I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And of course I walked in and no one looked like me.
Yeah.
So to be able to come and have a woman that I feel like can actually influence the way I purchase, make me feel comfortable in that, it's huge.
Yes.
Now I know that breaking barriers is a challenge. It comes with challenges, you know, and every day there's something new. What has been the biggest obstacle that you've had to face during this process?
The business side, for sure. The last 2 years, I was actually candid on a video I did a couple of days ago about this. The business side. It's one thing when you're a baker to know how to bake a cake. It's another thing to run a bakery. I knew how to sell a car. I knew how to give good customer service. But running a business, our first year we did $1 million. I'd never managed $1 million before.
Right.
I had never managed my own employees, so employee taxes, expenses, rent. Yeah, I mean, you name it. It was a bit of a learning curve, and so just I wish there were more business classes.
Makes sense.
Especially when you're getting something like a dealer's license. You should get a little bit more structure, I guess, is the word I'm thinking of. But just business. But also, you learn through getting your teeth kicked in.
Yeah, you do.
Those are some of the best lessons. Broken hearts and broken pockets will teach you more than any.
Whew, now that was a word right there. Broken hearts and broken pockets.
Yes.
One thing I love about GOJO, it's really been known for your customer-centric approach.
Yeah.
Why has that been so important to you? I know you said, you know, the experience you had, but you're really making sure your team gives an experience that we feel like we're at the center. I know I bought a vehicle from you.
Yeah,
Why is that so important to you to really create that atmosphere?
Because I'm an Uber consumer. I'm a customer, right? And so I want to make sure that the customer is heard and seen, and we have a lot of female customers, and I want to make sure that they are getting what I'm promising them. And so it's important that my team represents me appropriately, and that we're not all talk, we are action. That matters more to me than anything in the world, is that we're doing what we say we're going to do.
And you're doing that. And I want to go to something you said earlier about a $10,000 loan got you to where you're at now. I think that really leads to why you're empowering people through financial literacy. Can you tell us why it's critical to use that tool and how you were able to use that? Because I know a lot of people that have seen $10,000 and it was gone the next day, and there's nothing that they have to show of a representation of how they use that money.
Right.
So please educate me on why financial literacy.
Money is a tool, and I didn't know that until I got into business. I'd have $1, and before it got out of my hand, it was gone. I had 6 repossessions before I started my car business, and so I came from a place where I knew the bottom. And I had worked to the top, and I knew the difference of not wanting to answer that phone call because it was a bill collector, to now answering that call and saying, well, you know, what do you want? Now I know that payment because it's on auto pay, and you got me messed up. You better fix your books.
Right.
and so that freedom that comes with financial empowerment, I just wanted other people to experience that, and I knew what I had to do to get there, so I could teach from a place of empathy. And understanding that, hey, just because you have bad credit doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you might not have the tools to understand what credit is, what a credit card is, how to manage it, how to handle a lump sum of money when you get it. And so teaching that, we have a car class, and then I educate throughout our process. My team educates throughout the car buying process. Is imperative for our future. We want an educated consumer, because then that creates an educated homeowner, right? It creates an educated citizen, and that's a beautiful thing.
No, it absolutely is, and I think that has really made people see this as not just a dealership, right? That they see where you're really going and you're impacting our community. I know that when women often get into leadership positions and entrepreneur positions, we face a lot of different things. What advice would you give to the women that are sitting at home and they may not be ready to have their next car dealership, but they're trying to figure out how to take that next step? What advice could you give them?
So I would lean into your superpower. There's entrepreneurs, those are more creative people who start businesses, and they're intrapreneurs. Those are the ones who manage the businesses. You know, your CEOs are intrapreneurs. The person who's the CEO of Disney right now, Bob Iger, he didn't start Disney, but he's running that thing like he did, right? So you need both. And so to both of you, the entrepreneur and the intrapreneur, find your superpower. Lean in to your strengths and understand your weaknesses. And then get people to help you with those weaknesses. It's not weak to ask for help. I learned that the hard way. It's actually strength, because you're saying, hey, I need help here. Let me get somebody to help me so that I can be better, so that my team can be better, so that my business can be better. Even at home, in the home life, you know, so that your family can be better. It just lean into your superpowers, but also know your weaknesses and ask for help.
I love that. It's not a weakness if you can work on it and you can identify it. When we start to think about what the vision looks like, looking ahead, what is the vision for GOJO Auto and how you're going to continue to impact the community?
You know, I want to scale versus grow, because as I'm becoming more savvy in business, I'm learning there's a difference. Scaling is more sustainable, where growth is short term. And so I want to scale, and I want to do that at whatever pace my higher power has for me, and do it the right way, and bring the people who have shown me that they deserve to be by my side along the journey, be successful with me.
I love that. Scale instead of grow. You have dropped so many gems, so many nuggets. You know, it's Women's History Month, and I feel like for some reason this year feels heavier than normal.
Oh, please.
Why? What is going on? Is it just me?
Oh my gosh, no. I think there's, you know, how do I put it? I being the first Black woman in Colorado to own a car dealership, that comes with a lot of pressure, right? But I've always said that I just want to be good in business, right? But I cannot deny that there are extra barriers when you do have the look that we share, right?
Absolutely.
And so I think it's foolish to not be aware of that, but it's key to not use that as a clutch or a crutch. It's just an understanding, right? That we have some barriers implemented, but we can break through them. We have before,
And we will.
we will continue to do such.
We absolutely will.
We are
It
so
is
powerful.
What we do, it's our power.
Yeah.
Now, whether you're at home and you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you're a working professional, or you're simply just looking for motivation, I hope that you can look at this woman and see that we are all able to make impact. Women's History Month is not just a month for us women, but we do this all year round. So again, if there's anything out there that you want to say that we haven't touched, is there anything that you want to leave out here with the audience?
Just go after it. Don't have paralysis of analysis. Don't just, I should do this, I should do this, I should do this. Put action behind those words, those journal entries, those conversations with your girlfriends at brunch. Put it into action. It will be uncomfortable. It will hurt, but it will be so worth it. Get after it.
You are literally living the dream, and it's because you took the first step. So thank you for believing in you enough. Thank you to your mom for inputting all this amazing women. And I truly believe that we can do anything we desire. Amanda, thank you for sharing your incredible journey and your impact, and you're making history, and not only in the automotive world, but also in just what Colorado needs. You are literally giving to our community. So thank you for sharing that. To my women out there, let's continue to break barriers. Let's make sure that, you know, when a woman breaks a barrier, we open a door for the next woman to follow. So let's continue to share our success with one another, build one another up, and keep determining that you will win. Challenge the status quo and step into new spaces because you deserve to be there. Thank you to all you inspiring women out there that continue to inspire us. Remember, your voice has the power to inspire change. Keep rising, keep shining. Until next time, I'm Shay J, and together we can create impact. Thank you so much for watching Sitting with Shay J.